and good evening. It is welcome to Before Coffee.
Yeah,
It is Thursday,
it's not even morning
13th.
here
Good
anymore.
afternoon and good evening. Yeah, this is I had to go to the eye doctor, okay? But we are here. We've made it for some news today and our Thursday's 13 list of Christmas songs. So get in the mood for Christmas. Everyone, well, depending on who you are, right? Christmas either starts first day of December or I guess back in November, like we were talking about with yesterday's news. This is the first and only international game show, Before Coffee, a father and daughter podcast where we look up our stories right before we've begun. We just got caffeine in our body and we're learning to read live on stream. Let's roll that segue wheel, but of course, get into our headlines first. Today on Thursday's 13. UK and Norway will mount joint naval patrols to protect undersea cables and hunt Russian submarines. Let's get a bit heated over here in Europe.
And in the United States, after almost 5 years, they have arrested a suspect in a DC pipe bomb case. And December's giant supermoon is the last of the year. What to know?
Carabinieri officers at the offices of 13 fashion giants in Italy documents requested for investigation into gang mastering and labor exploitation. I can't believe the corporations are cooperating. Oh.
Yeah. 4. What's wrong? What?
My things are swapping.
Yes,
All right, go again.
this is the season for endless Christmas songs. Okay. This is the season for endless Christmas songs. We're going to tell you the best 13, and you don't need to listen anymore.
In my culture news, Eurovision crisis. Will there be a vote on Israel's participation in the 26 song contest? We're still waiting for them to tell us what's going on.
And nice, Santa has a list. You're right, supposedly, and that's because it's National Santa's List Day. Yeah, he's done making his list now. Too late to be nice. If you're naughty, you're not getting anything. You're getting a lump of coal. December 4th, 2025 on Board Coffee, or near coffee, or coffee days.
Coffee drinking. Yeah, Melanie was in my chat yesterday and she was telling me about how she watches Wine About It. And our show's similar to that. You know, we're drinking coffee. It doesn't have to be before it. Just get some coffee, warm up. Whether it's 5 p.m. or 5 a.m., we're here to be a biscuit on the side. We're a coffee biscuit on the side.
With poetry and wheel spins. Nobody else does that.
Yeah, right. No, do you see anybody? Everyone else just sits down and talks to themselves. Like, we have games, okay? We're doing games.
The only show's like
we're using our brains. We're here to make sure that you have coffee and you're using your brain, okay? You're thinking of those hard things, challenging yourself.
The only show I know like this is that Jimmy Carter show on the British shows, the week it was or whatever. But they have teams of writers and professional comics. We're not even getting paid.
Yeah, they've got an actual producer off camera who is there telling them, "Hey, you're 30 minutes over." We don't have that. That's why we keep talking until the end of time.
Right. They have a studio audience, an individual camera for every person in the panel. They're all professional comedians with notes written by professional writers. We have any. Okay,
let's roll our segue wheel.
If you think all,
I've become the wheel.
If you think all comedians are one-liners,
watch out! I'm a wheel. It's time for you to come up with a mixed metaphor about submarines.
Mixed metaphor.
Yes.
Submarines. Alrighty.
My first story and only story in the section is a short one, and it's all about the Norway and UK joining up together to find those Russian submarines who are maybe attacking undersea cables. This is on AP News coming out of London. Britain and Norway will mount naval patrols to protect undersea cables from Russia, the UK said today on the 4th of December. As Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Norwegian counterpart Jonas Gahr Store held talks on defense. The UK government says a combined fleet of at least 13 warships will hunt Russian submarines and protect critical infrastructure in the North Atlantic. It follows a £10 billion, $13.4 billion deal struck in August for Norway to buy at least 5 British-made frigates. Damn! Those Norwegian vessels and 8 British ships will operate jointly in the seas along NATO's northern flank. Gotta watch that northern flank. Russia might come around and attack from the west side. That would be crazy, dude. I can't imagine. I don't know if that's ever happened in history, actually. Russia attacking the United Kingdom on the western side. It's never happened, so. But we're more modern these days. Ships and submarines can go longer. As part of the agreement, formally signed today on the 4th of December in London by the two countries' defense ministers, the UK has agreed to use Norwegian missiles for the Royal Navy's surface fleet. Starmer and Store were scheduled to hold talks at the UK Prime Minister's residence, 10 Downing Street, before visiting British and Norwegian personnel at the RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland, where they will meet aircraft crews that have been tracking Russian vessels. Britain says Russian naval activity around the UK waters has increased by 30% in the past 2 years. And in a small aside news, which I won't be covering, but I did see the headline, supposedly in polls by, yet again, here on Before Coffee, we tell you to take polls with a grain of salt because you don't know who they're asking and you don't know how they're asking, right? They could be calling people on the phone. Who has phones anymore? Or they could be asking all the old people with mail surveys, right? But according to polls, 77% of Polish respondents believe there's a very high or high risk that Russia will be invading, while only 51% of Germans believe this. 69% said that the country would not at all or not likely be capable of defending itself against Russian aggression. So there's 69% of people living in the EU don't think that they'll be able to defend from a Russian offense. Except France, where 44% believe that their country couldn't defend. So France is very confident they can defend themselves. The rest of the EU, maybe not so much. And it was only a poll of nearly 10,000 people in 9 EU countries, right? So that's why I'm saying take these results with a grain of salt. They could have been asking the people in the military, right? Well, I really want to go fight those Russians, so I'm going to say yes, there's a high risk that we're going to fight them soon, you know? There's bias in all these polls, but that's your little slice of news about that.
Right.
Give me your mixed
whole
metaphor.
Story. Okay. Well, you know, submarines to me, because I was technically in the Navy. I hated being on ships, and I definitely wasn't going on a submarine. Because to me, submarines are, metaphor, just underground prisons with nuclear waste. Right? There are a lot of nuclear submarines. Yeah, so not for me. I get claustrophobia.
And you get claustrophobia.
There's your metaphor.
Yeah, you have a tendency for that.
Your simile, anyway. Oh, I definitely hate being on a ship. Oh, awful. That wasn't even underwater. Still, there's no room on a ship. Everybody's right next to you all the time. I'm talking about the place that the Marines have to spend all their time in, the berthing area. Right? You don't have free run of a ship as a Marine. You're stuck where you are. Right? You can go take a shower. You can go to a bath. You go to bed, and you can eat chow. The rest of the time, you're just in your quarters unless they call, drill or something. But yeah, it sucks being on a ship in general. It's got to suck even worse being on a submarine. I know it has to. Just has to. You're underwater for like days at a time. All
Yeah,
right.
the pressure. And then you finally get let out, and you can.
That's
and then
nuclear
it's
power.
usually only for the submarine. You can't get out either. You're still stuck in the submarine.
Right. Yeah. They only surface and they don't care if they're.
And that's why shore leave is a thing. I can't wait till shore leave. I get out of this giant tank.
Submarines, all this crap, all these things. Drones, underwater drones are going to eliminate most military fleets, I would imagine. Like, small countries can build drones, just take out your fleet.
Yeah.
Just underwater drones, man. It's kind of sad. You know, a couple $100 can take out an aircraft carrier. Well, I'm exaggerating, but disable it for sure. I mean, what do we do? We build big ships for wars that don't exist anymore. Our new. Okay, let's do Spanish.
Okay, let's roll our next segue for your stories. I'm the wheel.
You want to keep
We're
your
rolling
aircraft
the
carriers out of
wheel. It's gonna land on bad pun. Yes.
So, bad pun about pipe bomb suspect. So yeah, as we said earlier, there's lots of people reporting this story. I went for a short story about it. This is from NewYorkMag.com. Nia Prater. What we know about the arrest of the DC pipe bomb suspect. Not guilty, merely taken into custody. Federal authorities have reportedly arrested the suspect in connection with the placement of pipe bombs at Democratic Republican Party headquarters in Washington, D.C. the night before the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. A long-awaited sign of progress involved the mystery that for 5 years had baffled law enforcement. Here's what we know so far. Surveillance footage showed an unidentified suspect appearing to place bombs near the headquarters of both the Democratic National Committee and Republican National Committee. So you got to know where those buildings are, first of all. You probably would have had to do an internet search. To me, it would have been just like, who's done an internet search? Can't find, anything.
Yeah.
Taking them 5 years. And the bombs were placed between 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. in the evening of January 5th, just blocked away from the U.S. Capitol. Authorities described the suspect as being approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall, wearing a face mask. Okay, that's the dumbest fucking shit in the world. Oh, he's got a face mask on. Well, we're not going to look for a guy with a face mask, okay? Anyway, a gray sweatshirt and dark pants, as well as black and light gray Nike Air Max Speed Turf sneakers. All those clothing items he probably burned immediately. It makes no freaking difference what he was wearing. I don't even know why they act like that's the thing we're looking for. He's wearing Nikes. Must be guilty. That makes no sense. The bombs were discovered the following day and ultimately did not detonate, but were considered viable and capable of doing significant damage. Subsequent reports would reveal that then Vice President Kamala Harris, who actually wasn't vice president yet, so she wasn't vice president until 2 weeks later, so I don't know why they're saying she was vice president. The vice president-elect, Kamala Harris, was in the DNC offices when the bomb was discovered and she'd evacuated from the scene by Secret Service detail. NBC News reports that the suspect is Brian Cole, a Virginia man who was arrested Thursday morning, although other outlets haven't confirmed his identity. A press conference is expected later today. It is not known how the authorities became aware of the suspect. The FBI is still seeking public help with the case, publishing additional information, including a longer video of the suspect in January. For the past 4 years, a dedicated team of FBI agents, analysts, data scientists, and law enforcement partners have visited more than 1,200 residences and businesses, conducted more than 1,000 interviews, reviewed approximately 39,000 video files, and assessed more than 600 tips about who may have placed the pipe bomb on Capitol Hill on January of 21, said David Sundberg, assistant director in charge of the FBI Washington field office, in a statement. If you don't know who this guy is, I don't know if he's a political appointee or what. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. Yes, the right-wing news site Blaze recently alleged that former U.S. Capitol police officer was the attempted bomber, claiming that her gait matched that of the suspect seen in the surveillance footage. This story quickly caught fire on social media and was bolstered by prominent figures like Republican Representative Tom Maskey, very loud enough, just throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks. and they had nothing. Wasn't even a woman. So shut the fuck up, assholes. But federal officials soon shut down speculation. A lengthy tweet, Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, the guy that said Epstein files need to be released, and it's still been released, even though the president signed the thing. Where the fuck are the Epstein files, Dan Bongino? Anyway, this is more subterfuge. This might be a real arrest. This might be more subterfuge of the Epstein investigation. It might be trying to steal the headlines. I'm very suspicious of the FBI. In a lengthy tweet, Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino wrote that some of the media reporting regarding prior person's interests is grossly inaccurate and only serves to mislead the public. He's absolutely right. What we know about this guy is not a lot. We know his name. I'm sure we're going to find some kind of press conference later today. Let's have your
bad pun.
I'm sorry. Where's my pass? Your pun.
I think people need to stop putting pipe bombs anywhere. Instead, they should stay well drained and stress free.
Is that a pipe? Is that a pipe?
You got your pipe pun there.
Your pipe pun. I'm gonna have a piping hot cup of coffee. Let's do our second story, which is.
I think this guy. Wait, here's another one. Here's another one.
The moon is open.
I think I've mastered playing the pipes. It's all hot air.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can go to your next story.
Crack pipe. Okay. Statesmanjournal.com has a story, and it's about the moon. Supermoon, last supermoon of the year is tonight. Was almost last night, and it's starting. What do they call it? Waning. It was waxing last night. It'll be waning starting tonight. The last full moon of 2025. Oh, sorry, this is from Ginny Sendwall from Statesmanjournal.com. The last full moon of 25 arrives on December 4th, bringing with it brighter skies. And the second round of king tides to the Oregon coast. Might be king tides here. This might be a Oregon paper. December's full moon is known as the cold moon. It is also known as the last supermoon of 2025. The cold moon. The supermoon occurs when the moon happens to be at its closest point to Earth during its orbit. That's right, supermoon. The moon is not always the same distance from Earth. It's variable. That's why there's a lot of calculations that go into landing on the moon. The path the moon takes as it orbits our planet is not quite a perfect circle, according to NASA's website. Sometimes the moon is a little closer to Earth. It appears slightly larger on average. As the moon orbits the Earth, there are a few times a year when its closest point coincides with the full moon, creating a supermoon. On December 4th, the moon will also reach what's known as a perigee, or its closest point to Earth, 221,808 miles. The scientific term for this phenomenon is called a perigee moon, according to Jim Todd, director of the Space Science Education of OMSI. And that's the Organization of Moon Stuff Incorporated. I don't know what that means. OMSI. Full moons that occur on a perigee side of the moon's orbit seem extra big and bright. A supermoon exceeds the disk size and average size of the moon by up to 8%, and the brightness of the average size of the full moon by some 16%. During this 25-26 season, there are 4 supermoons. The October harvest moon, November beaver moon, the December cold moon, and the January wolf moon. Ow! That's when the wolf get up and howl last in January.
The howling hour.
The howling time. The next full moon will be January 3rd, I believe. December's full moon will appear higher and brighter this month and throughout the winter. And the reason it's reached its peak illumination during the day is due to where it sits in relation to the sun. The moon rises and sets like the sun does, rising towards the east and setting towards the west. Actually, it's not actually what's happening. Earth is spinning is what's actually happening, but you want to pretend that the moon moving, you're going ahead. I mean, the moon is moving. And the sun is moving, but our point of reference is the actual Earth, right? It's not just the moon and everything else. There's a lot of happening at once. let's get back to the story. The moon rises and sets like the sun does, rising towards the east instead of towards the west, reaching its highest point due south around midnight. Like with the sun, the maximum distance above the horizon of the full moon varies over the year. The sun is at its lowest due south around noon in winter solstice, and its highest due south around it should be the highest due south in winter, and lowest due south in winter, and the highest due south around noon in the summer, which is June 21st. Full moons occur when the moon is on a directly opposite side of the earth from the sun. It's as if they're on each side of a celestial seesaw, according to Todd. On the day when the sun is the highest in the middle of the day, the moon is at its lowest high point at midnight. And on the day when the sun is the lowest high point in the middle of the day, in winter, the moon is at its highest point at midnight. Wow, that explained it, but it still confuses me. I know what he's trying to say, but that sentence did not get any clearer. The name Cold Moon is that originated from the Mohawk tribe, also known as the Long Night Moon by Mohicans, based on the frigid conditions often occur in December. Yeah, it's cold in December. We get it. Yes, supermoons can cause higher than usual tides known as king tides. You might know that especially high tides, sometimes called king tides, tend to fall in a day or so after the full moon in November through January. A king tide is a non-scientific term for a very high tide that occurs when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned, creating a strong gravitational pull of the ocean. The first round of king tides in the Oregon coast occurred during November's supermoon, and November 5th through 7th. The December supermoon will bring another round of king tides for the next 3 days. There's your story. King tides are going to be global. I don't think it's local to Oregon. That makes no sense.
Get ready for a full
The moon doesn't give a shit. So let's have us a pun.
Okay. My pun for you today is...
Funny.
What's an eclipse's favorite sport?
Moonball.
Hide and seek.
No?
You know, eating some moon cheese will boost your immune system. Immune system. Immune.
Oh,
okay. That's it.
Pun down.
No more puns.
Right.
No more puns.
No, sorry. Yeah.
Let me roll the segue wheel for your segue for my story. Which this will be a longer one because, well, it's 6 minutes long, but hopefully not that too long. I hope it reminds you of a song because we have a lot of songs coming up soon.
Okay.
This story is about Italy. 13 Italian brands that are being looked into, investigated for gang mastering and labor exploitation. 13. Not all of them are guilty, they're just being investigated, okay? Let's clarify that first. This is by Giovanna Trincella on Il Fatto Quotidiano. The Carabinieri knocked on the doors of Versace, Gucci, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana, Missoni, Ferragamo, Yves Saint Laurent, Givenchy, Pinko, Coccinelle, Adidas, Alexander McQueen, Italia, and Off-White operating. That's a lot of freaking companies. Well, it was 13. Italy, a republic founded on illegal and exploited labor, or at least that's what emerges from the new spotlight of the Milan's prosecutor office, which, after logistics, supermarkets, and private security, has uncovered perhaps unimaginable underground layer of illegal labor in one of the world's most profitable and admired sectors, at least for Italy. The world of luxury and fashion thus finds itself once again in the crosshairs of Milan's prosecutor's office, which continues its investigation into the alleged exploitation of workers, the latest of which was Todd's. 13 brands are under scrutiny. The gleam of the shop windows, the perfection of the garments or shoes, doesn't reveal who sews in the shadows, and investigators want to understand why merchandise from such prestigious brands could be found in the rooms where workers bent over sewing in slavery-like conditions. Yeah, they're called sweatshops. We know what they're called. The Carabinieri Labor Inspectorate has served 13 orders to hand over documents to as many fashion houses that have emerged in the files on clandestine Chinese factories as clients who outsource production to contractors and subcontractors who operate in the violation of labor and safety laws. And this is why when you buy something from one of these 13 brands, you are buying the brand, not the work, the quality, any of that, because they're already outsourcing the quality to Chinese people, and then the Chinese people are making knockoffs that you can get for way cheaper. So just get those, you know?
Right. It's
put a freaking Gucci tag on it, and then there you go. You got the same damn purse. In each document, the prosecutor's office lists the critical suppliers already identified by the military in the brand supply chain, the number of workers found in conditions of exploitation and poverty, and which brand items were found stockpiled in the factories ready to be returned to the parent company and released onto the market. At the same time, investigators are demanding that the fashion companies provide, for now voluntarily, their organizational prevention models and the internal audits, or those commissioned by advisors and consultants, that are necessary, at least on paper, to prevent these kind of crimes. The volume of documents requested regarding governance is impressive, including minutes of board meetings, internal control systems with procedures for selection, accreditation, management, and monitoring of supplies of strategic raw materials, copies of contracts, and even financial statements. A light formula to give brands time to eliminate gangmasters from production lines and restructure contracts and subcontracts without incurring burdensome requests for judicial administration occurred from March 24 onward for Alvirio Martini, Armani Operation, Manufacturer Dior, Valentino Bags Lab, and Laura Piani di Louis Vuitton, which are not under investigation, but are suspected of having negligently and unknowingly facilitated exploitation. They didn't have their order forms in order. Or in recent weeks for Todd's SPA, which is under investigation for allegedly having acted with full knowledge of its own actions and those of its managers who certified the contractor's production lines. As in, yeah, just buy the sweatshop. I mean, we don't call them a sweatshop here. The hardworking people over there, yeah. We can pay them 50 cents instead of 20 bucks. At least a less aggressive investigation following the controversy of recent weeks with Todd's and Diego Della Valle. Before Todd's, Giorgio Armani operations had been under investigation. In May, judicial administration had been ordered for Valentino Bags, a handbag and accessory manufacturing company. In 24, Storari also requested and obtained the administration of Alvirio Martini, Armani Operations, and Manufacturers Dior, which was later revoked after the companies adopted countermeasures. We're totally not using sweatshops. Look, we changed everything we do. The Carabinieri identified 9 exploited workers in the Misona Spa supply chain during an inspection so they found workers actually in one of their factories. Okay, exploited. August 6, 25, at Wen Yongmei Chinese New Moda factory. The same number was found in Off-White operating, 11 at Adidas, and then same number at Saint Laurent. Discovered on the 20th of November, very recently, 25. At Bag Group, also a supplier to Todd's, the number rises with other brands. 36 exploited workers for Dolce & Gabbana. 27 for Ferragamo identified working on garments, it's in quotations, of the historic brand. 19 for Alexander McQueen. The same for Givenchy Italia and Versace. 17 for Gucci. 12. 11 for Pinko through Chris, and 11 for Prada, with Chinese workers between 24 and 59 years old who sewed bags, and another 11 for Concierge Spa. These numbers, while partial and seemingly small, are nevertheless a wake-up call for the prosecutor, making it necessary to determine the degree of involvement of the brands and parent companies. In all these cases, workers were found to be in conditions of severe exploitation. Probably they worked 18 hours, they'd have no water, it's hot. I mean, that's the reason it's called a sweatshop, right? It's terrible working conditions. They don't get a break, they don't have food. Who knows what terrible conditions these are. And these are just one factory or like 3 different factories. There's probably hundreds of factories that all of these brand names use in order to create the amount of stuff they create. So who knows how many actual exploited workers your Gucci bag is using. Before Todd's Giorgio Armani operations... Wait, we already did that story, sorry. Documents reveal that since at least 2015, and more intensively since 2017, the Carabinieri, who are responsible for labor protection, had been reporting anomalies. These include the increasingly frequent discovery of high-end international branded goods inside Chinese-run illegal dormitory-like workshops. You live here, you work here, and you might even get to eat here if you make your quota, which violate the most basic hygiene and safety regulations, as well as regulations regarding wages, paychecks, and working hours. Workers were paid $2.75 an hour, produced for dozens of euros, and they were getting 10,000 markups. Not 100% markup, not 1,000% markup, 10,000% markup, and they pay their workers $2.7 an hour. This is what prosecutor Storati has repeatedly described at conferences. Yeah, exactly. They make so much money off of basically this. And what was it, yesterday or Monday? Oh, sorry. Tuesday was International Day for Abolition of Slavery. This is modern day slavery, people. This is what it looks like. You might not, they're still getting paid. Okay, but they live with a shit, is what it sounds like. They don't have basic hygiene. That's not good. That's slavery for me right there. This is what prosecutor Storati has repeatedly described at conferences and public hearings in what he precipitates as a judicial policy choice. Investigations in the other sectors have led to regularization of thousands of workers with hiring and social security benefits that were previously a dream. See, so that's why it's important we're doing this. You put the pressure on these companies to actually treat their workers correctly, and they will get treated correctly. They will get paid what they deserve, and they will get benefits like a pension. Instead of, I worked my whole life making Gucci bags, I got paid $2.75, my back has scoliosis, and I have arthritis in my hands, and I'm just going to be left to rot somewhere in an alleyway, right? That's not human. That is not... Right. How you treat fellow human beings. But there is my story. Big news in the Italian brand sector, I guess. Italian fashion brand sector.
Right on, and
well, not
most
right
important
on, right
job
off.
at that.
But I get what you're saying.
Right off. Right off. Yeah, and the most important job at any of those factories is the person that sews the label on. That's all that you're really buying anyway. And the song I got reminded of was Fashion by David Bowie, which is
of course, yeah.
You fall for anything. It's basically it has a lot of lyrics, but if you just listen to it, it's like you people just fall for anything because it's fashion,
If David Bowie
wear a dead cat on your head. Fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah. About 200 years ago, a little over 200 years ago, the big thing in the United States, about 200 years ago, was beaver hats. When's the last time you saw anybody wearing a beaver hat? It was big in Europe, too. Beaver hats was big.
At this point, you just need to look at the yearly fashion, right? Oh, sorry, those jeans aren't in anymore. Bell-bottom jeans aren't in anymore. Okay, I guess I'll throw away my entire wardrobe. And that's why I've just been wearing the same clothes since 2014. It still fits me, and it's probably just going to come back in fashion in 30 years. So I just keep it.
Don't throw this shit away. Make some profit off of it. If it don't fit you anymore, just sell it. Hey, it's in fashion now. I got jeans with holes in them. I got Levi's with holes in them. I'm not about to throw them away because I know they're worth money. Probably more than they were when I bought them because people are friggin' weird. They like jeans with holes in them. Me, I don't. I don't want little ventilation hole. Oh, this is summer. Anyway, there's your little song. I did send you a video.
Thank you for your song.
Let me
Fashion.
playing the video. Fashion by David Bowie from 1980's Scary Monsters album. Great name, Scary Monsters.
Okay, let's roll the wheel for our next.
All right. Our Thursday 13 list.
And I will give you. I'll somehow write a limerick during all this. Okay.
Okay.
I'll probably just write it about Christmas songs in general, not a specific one.
That's a tough one. I think. Are you going to be playing the soundboard and this?
Yes, I will be playing the music. Okay, so. I got it.
All right. Today is our Thursday 13 list of the best. What are we calling it? Christmas's best songs. The songs you got to listen to.
These are Roger's best Christmas songs.
No, these are the best songs. These are the ones. Some of them are repeats, but you know what I mean. It's like, listen to this version of it, kind of thing. Our first one is. This is no specific order, by the way. It's just the order I typed in one song, and what Amazon Prime does is say, hey, you like that song? Maybe you'll like that one. And I go through the list and I find, 50 songs. Then there's one. That's how it works. So I did it. Plus, I got the ones I remember, which I listen to and I go, yeah, it's an actual good song. It's not just, buy me some presents, yeah, or whatever. The first one we got is Father Christmas by the Kinks. The Kinks were the first original punk band, I would say, because they really didn't care technically about tuning or even the fact that they would get in brawls on stage. But their Christmas song from the 80s, I believe, is called Father Christmas. Father Christmas by the Kinks. Let's hit the most important part of the song. Go!
I hope it's the most important part of the song.
We say it is, so it is. That's the way this works. And I can't hear it myself, so you're going to have to cue me.
Okay. Next song.
Next song, number 2, is about Father Christmas again. Because it came up on my list, and I said, oh yeah, that is a damn good song. And it's called I Believe in Father Christmas. It's a sincere song about, it says Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but the song itself is Greg Lake singing, and he is their singer and their guitar player and bass player. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the first super group, right? And let's hit it. I Believe in Father Christmas featuring Greg Lake.
Oh, so Christmassy. Got the bells.
Right. Yep. And all these songs have lyrics. I could do instrumentals, but there are some really good ones. But
okay, next song.
They tend to get lumped together. Number 3 is from the Pretenders, and it's called 2,000 Miles. It's not even another Christmas name, but it's about Christmas.
Wait,
Chrissy Hind is 2,000 Miles.
One?
What? What's that?
Did you skip Christmas, baby?
Oh no, I missed one. Sorry. Number 3. Sorry. This one is called Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, which has been redone by a bunch of people. Mariah Carey, probably everybody over did a stinking Christmas album.
Yep.
But the one we're going to feature is Darlene Love. She would sing this on David Letterman when David Letterman had a show. She would sing it every Christmas. So hit it, Darlene Love. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. And I'll try to do these in order. Tickle up my throat here.
Oh, look at her sing.
Right.
Christmas. That everyone knows this one. Christmas. Right. Definitely plays on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, I believe is 4. Yeah, number 4 is the one I started to talk about. The Pretenders. 2,000 Miles. Lead singer guitarist Chrissy Hind writing a song about missing her husband / lover / whoever she's missing 2,000 miles away. Let's hear it. The Pretenders.
Oh, I remember the guitar from this song.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar riff on this is very memorable. Nostalgic.
Mm-hmm. It's a Christmas song. But it's not called Christmas because she wasn't all commercial about it. She just called it 2,000 Miles. You figure it out. It's about Christmas.
Okay, next song.
Next song is, I believe, number 5, right? Number 5 is River by Joni Mitchell. And it begins, just heard a piano. It's from her album Blue. And it begins with like a Jingle Bell ripoff, like the first piano chords, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slightly varied Jingle Bell tune. And it's all about, I wish I had a river that I could skate away on, because she's Canadian, and in Canada you can skate on rivers. But she's living in Los Angeles. There ain't a damn way you can skate on anything unless you go to an ice skating rink. But anyway, here's Joni Mitchell with River. Joni Mitchell with River, which starts out with Jingle Bells variation at the beginning. Ding, 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 ding.
A nice Jingle Bells rendition on the piano.
Right. It totally, I mean, she changes it a little. It's not technically Jingle Bells. And who even wrote Jingle Bells? Does anybody even know?
No, I don't know. Next song.
Are you ready for the next one? Next song! We're going to go with Johnny Yoko. Johnny Yoko singing Happy Christmas, War is Over. This is during the Vietnam War, of course. And this is probably your more sentimental, can't we just get along? Songs. Hit it, John and Yoko. Hit it. You can start right from the beginning, that one. Did it finish? Are you playing the whole song?
I just wanted to play the chorus.
Right on.
When Yoko comes in.
Yeah. They whisper at the beginning.
Or the children.
Happy Christmas.
As well. Yes, the children.
Happy Christmas, Yoko. Happy Christmas, John.
This is a classic one. Definitely on the top 10 Christmas songs.
And our next, I think this is like 7. I don't have numbers on my list. This one is a classic. Back in the day, way before I was born, rock and roll was considered a novelty, right? So there was a lot of Christmas rock and roll songs, and one of your best and one of your first and one of your most distinctive ones is by Brenda Lee, as the Dutch group Golden Earring immortalized her in that song.
Yeah, of
course. Radar Love, Brenda Lee coming on strong with Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
I always sing this on karaoke.
Right on. A number 9, I think, or whatever. Let's see, we're almost towards the end here. I know my last one.
You know who your last one is, okay.
What? 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. We're at number 8. This is Bing Crosby. We talked about David Bowie a minute ago. Here's Bing Crosby and David Bowie. One of the weirdest pairings you'll ever hear on recorded music. Singing Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy at the same time. Hit it.
Ooh, this is very interesting, yeah.
Yeah. You got to play it until Bowie comes in, right?
I feel like Bing Crosby could have been louder in the mix, but...
Yeah, it was a TV show, so you had to deal with the recording variables of a live audience.
It sounds like he's whispering in comparison to Bowie, who's wailing on the mic.
Yeah. There is a video of this that you can watch where you can see it's like, Bing Crosby's like, he looks at David Bowie, he's like, whoa, this kid can sing! Anyway. Number, I think 10?
You just said 8, so I think this is 9.
Okay, this is number 9. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is the Christmas song. Now there's so many people remade this song. But my favorite is the one that was on the first Christmas music cassette I bought, which was the version by Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole was very famous crooner of the 50s and 60s. Probably the finest singer of his generation. So let's have the Christmas song from Nat King Cole. Of course, the father of Natalie Cole.
I've seen this song, and I tried to croon like him too.
Old crooners. You had to have a crooner in here.
The slow and low. That's right. If you're 93, you're no longer a kid anymore. If you're 92, you're still a child.
Did you get that one in?
Yeah, I love that line, from kids from 1 to 92.
And when you're, of course, now your next one is going to be your most famous punk Christmas song, which has gotten real popular recently because of the lead singer's death. The Pogues featuring Chrissy McCall as a guest vocalist. And their song is called Fairy Tale of New York, and it's a punk Christmas. Let's put it that way. But if you haven't heard this song, listen to the whole thing. We're probably not going to be able to play the whole thing here, but it's great. Hit it! Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know this one.
In the drunk tank.
Yep. So good. There's other ones I left off this list, such as...
It's so slow, but it's so British.
Right? But it's about New York, which is funny. Number 11. We go south of the border. Jose Feliciano singing Feliz Navidad, roughly translated to Happy Christmas. Hit it, Felicio. Felicio. Jose Feliciano. I can't use my mouth. There.
Back when nobody got angry about Spanish, I feel. Now everyone gets angry.
You hear this one all the time on the radio.
What is he, an immigrant?
If you're in any department store,
people speak Spanish, dude. It's a language.
It's a very popular language. Look into it. Yeah, I don't really have much time for racists. I just consider racist to be two-year-old children that have never gotten over being 2 years old. Our number 12 is Burl Ives, the classic Burl Ives, the guy who narrates a lot of things, and he plays a lot of characters in Christmas cartoons and animations. Burl Ives with Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Hit it. That was number 12.
I never realized this song was in ska. The offbeat in the background.
That is kind of interesting, right? Yep. And our 13, you might want to get near the chorus for this one, because the chorus is like it's about Snoopy and the Red Baron. Snoopy was famous World War I hero. You know that the United States didn't have an air force in 1918 when we joined World War I. We only had a beagle on a doghouse, and he defeated the Red Baron. So there you go. And the Royal Guardsmen wanted to commemorate it with a Christmas song, so they made another song about Snoopy and the Red Baron. They had an earlier one about Snoopy. They said, hey, let's make some money on Christmas. But they actually made a pretty good song. It's called Snoopy's Christmas with a great chorus. So if you got the chorus loaded up, you might want to play that.
So.
But
yeah.
Either way, play the song. Here goes.
Yes, this is the chorus. I got it.
Yep. The Guardsmen, the Royal Guardsmen, I believe must have been British, right? A name like that. Maybe Canadian. But they're rolling to Snoopy.
Very, very 60s sounding.
Yep. There's your list. I left off a whole bunch that I personally like.
Oh, yeah, there's
Christmas
23 things on this list. 23 things on this list. So there's another list.
I just quit because I just got tired and went to sleep. That's why I didn't finish.
We can do another
one
list,
I probably could have added.
On Christmas or something.
Yeah, make another list later. But there's the one I left off. Would be Christmas in Prison by John Prine. Christmas in Prison is a pretty good song, but it's not even on my list. So there's lots of them out there.
There's a song here called "Have Yourself a Merry Fucking Christmas."
Yeah, you might want to check your messages because I just sent that one to you. Anyway, he gave away the end of the show. Thank you for your
list. Let me
gave away the end of the show.
Get myself on the screen.
Load that video now. Right on.
Let me give you a cheer. Yeah.
Other things you got Jingle Bell Rock, you got Frosty the Snowman, you got Jingle Bell Rock, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney, Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt, Melikalikimaka by Bing Crosby, which is Hawaiian Merry Christmas. I like that song. I got Carol of Bells by Mannheim Steamroller. You got Let It Snow by Dean Martin. Things like that. And you got lots and lots of
is, in December, let's gather around. With old tunes and laughter abound. We'll sing carols so bright by the soft candlelight as the joy of sweet music's abound. There you go.
Ooh. Hold on. Woo.
Unbound. Sorry, it's not abound again. It's unbound. So there's 3 different words there. I didn't reuse a
word. That's okay. You want to do it again? Read it over?
No, I said it correctly. I just making sure people. Sometimes I say things, people hear things that I didn't say, and I'm like, it's unbound, okay?
Yeah, we don't do second and third takes here. We just do it live and screw things up. That's how we.
Let's roll our next segue.
Next spin. That's my story. Hopefully, I can get through the show without screwing up anymore.
All right, we've re-rolled. Reminds me of a song.
No.
We've had enough music, I think, today.
Oh, that's enough. Next song. New spin.
Okay, tell me a joke about Eurovision.
A joke, okay.
My culture news, when we're not talking about the culture of Christmas songs, is about Eurovision. We haven't talked about that for a couple months, so I wanted to see some updates on it. This is by David Moraquand on Euronews Culture. Israel's participation in the Eurovision Song Contest is being debated at a 2-day meeting of member broadcasters in Geneva starting today. Eurovision could vote on Israel's involvement as more countries threaten to boycott next year's event in Austria. It's crunch time for the Eurovision Song Contest, whose organizers are meeting today and tomorrow to tackle a divisive issue. The European Broadcasting Union, EBU, a group of public broadcasters from 56 countries, some of them not in Europe, so make that make sense, that runs the competition, is holding a general assembly with many countries calling for Israel to be excluded over the war in Gaza and alleged interference in contest voting following controversy this year surrounding Israel's second-place finish. The meeting comes after anti-Israel protesters attempted to disrupt the 24 and 25 contests in Basel and Malmo, citing their opposition to the genocide in Gaza. Many have also accused Israel's government of artificially boosting their position through paid-for advertising campaigns and urging people across Europe to vote for their song. It's not clear whether a vote will be called today or tomorrow, and if a united position is not reached on the issue at ABU headquarters in Geneva, broadcasters may have to decide on their own or as a breakaway group whether to take part as individual countries. Eurovision is becoming a bit of a fractured event, said Eurovision expert Paul Jordan, who holds a PhD on the contest. That's right, you can study the Eurovision contest as a PhD. The slogan is united by music. Unfortunately, it's disunited through politics. It's become quite a messy and toxic situation, he added, describing the situation as a watershed moment for the Eurovision contest. Countries including Iceland, Ireland, Spain, Slovenia, and the Netherlands have threatened in recent months to pull out of the 26th event if Israel takes part. Dutch broadcaster Avrotros highlights a serious violation of press freedom. Reminder that the Dutch, in 23, I think it was 23, the Dutch contender got kicked out for supposedly yelling at a camera person. If I remember correctly, I think they might have grabbed the camera out of their hand. By the way, this camera person was working with Israel, so I think that was this whole drama, right?
Like, You yelled at me, and you don't even know what I am, but I'm gonna offend.
Getting kicked out for telling somebody to get out of their face is not what I would consider a kickable offense. Like, he didn't hurt anybody, he didn't punch anyone, he didn't. Like, it would make more sense if he kicked. He did assaulted someone, but the assault. Technically, he did assault someone by grabbing their camera out of their hand. That's technically assault, lawfully assault. But that's not, like, there's a difference between punching someone and grabbing their camera, in my opinion. As for Spain's public broadcaster, it reaffirmed its pledge to boycott the competition if Israel was allowed to take part. Israel has politically used this contest, has tried to influence the outcome, and has not been sanctioned for this conduct, said RTV President Jose Pablo Lopez, who called Israel's action in Gaza a genocide. As president of the RTV Corporation, I keep thinking that Eurovision is a contest, but human rights are not a contest. Others, including Belgium, Finland, and Sweden, have also indicated they were considering a boycott over the situation in Gaza. As for Germany, it has indicated it will put off Israel and it is excluded because Germany cannot side with anybody who's anti-Semite, even if they're not even anti-Semite. If they're anti-Israel, Germany cannot side with them. It's impossible for them to do. It's just not politically good for them. Members have until mid-December to confirm their participation next year, and a final list will be announced by Christmas. The war in Gaza represents one of the biggest headaches for Eurovision, which draws more than 150 million viewers globally every year. Eurovision expert Dean Vulestik said a boycott by any EU member country would be significant. It would be the biggest boycott of Eurovision ever. There have been boycotts in the past, but they haven't been usually bilateral. Last month, in an apparent bid to avoid a vote, the EBU announced that they had changed its voting rules to strengthen trust and transparency. Israel won't be able to cheat anymore because we changed how everything works. The EBU said it would discourage disproportionate promotion campaigns, and particularly if they were undertaken or supported by third parties, including governments or government agencies. Okay, so they're discourage Israel or any other country from using government taxes to pay for PR campaigns for their team. Discourage. That doesn't sound like they're punishing them. That just sounds like they're discouraged. Please don't do that. I'm still going to do it, though. Can you please not do it? No, I'm still going to do it. It remains to be seen whether these changes will be enough to assuage participants' concerns over Israel's presence in the 26th lineup. That's why they're having this 2-day meeting, I'm sure, so they can argue about, but is this really going to help? The ORF, the public broadcaster in Austria, which will host the contest, has expressed hope that a consensus can be reached so that it can host as many participants as possible. Eurovision strives, kick Israel out, and then you have everyone else, fuck Germany. If they want to side with Israel, they can. Right. They can leave too. Instead of 6 people leaving your contest, you can only have 2. I'm just saying. It's just math.
The Nazis are fucking thrilled with it.
Eurovision strives to remain non-political, even though being a country is political. As somebody who studied this in university, being a country is political. The countries are not natural. They aren't like, wow, somebody just left Germany over here. You have to do certain things to become a nation state like Germany, like Israel, okay? It's political. Let's stop acting like it's not political. Otherwise, it would just be Europe, and then they would just apply anyone, and then they wouldn't have country flags or anything, and they would just say, here's Andrew, he's from here. That's it, right? And if you're the person who put in the thing wins, hey, you can say that's for our country, but it doesn't have to be. That, for me, that's what would make it the least political contest ever. Don't even have people supply things from their country, right? I know a lot of artists aren't even from the country when they supply them, but they always say, right, this is from Italy, this is from Portugal, right? Just get rid of doing that. Just stop saying what country people are from. Just say the Dutch, what was the name of the Dutch one? Avrotros is sponsoring this artist, and then you can, that way, it's still technically country-based, right? Because every country is what's represented in Eurovision, but you don't make it so obvious, right? If you don't know your country, you can just vote who you like, and then it's not political anymore. Anyways, that's my free hypothetical for you of what Eurovision could do to not be political, because it definitely is. However, many have called out the EBU as hypocrites with regards to the Israeli situation, as Russia was excluded for its invasion of Ukraine. That's pretty political. While Belarus was excluded a year earlier after it elected a dictator. That's pretty political. The 70th anniversary edition of Eurovision is due to take place in Vienna, Austria. The finale will take place on the 16th of May, after semifinals on the 12th and 14th of May. So I guess get excited for that, depending on who's going to be there. Or don't get excited if Israel's there. Don't get excited. I don't know. You do whatever you want. It's just a contest. It doesn't mean anything, really. I don't think anyone's ever gotten fame from being on Eurovision. I think they were pretty much already famous, but...
Pretty funny.
Give me a joke.
Sorry. All right, the joke is... the joke is hidden in the joke, correct? It's because this whole contest started out as a joke.
Yes, that's true.
And the Nazis are thrilled. The Nazis are thrilled that what started out as a joke is more serious than half of Europe is. Nazis, right? It's like we're gonna ban Israel. The Nazis are like, half our work's done already. We decided that the Nazis are like, Israel's banned. Who else we ban? Huh? What are you doing the Nazis' work for them? Congratulations, morons. Stop banning people from just a country. Who gives a shit? They can't earn. Hey, I'm sorry that's not a joke, but...
Just making jokes noises in the
waving
background.
the flag. If you're gonna ban flags, you ban flags, right? Ban flags. No flags. You can have a flag. Here, I saw this idiot.
For me, it's like if you're gonna ban somebody for invasion Ukraine, if you're gonna ban somebody for electing a dictator, ban people for doing genocide. That's not hard. It's not difficult. Like the end. That's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, like there's a video of this guy with a MAGA hat getting thrown out of a soccer game. Hey, free speech, and it says right on your ticket, "You shall not bring in political flags." And he's pointing at the flags on the. They're waving flags down there. That's the flag of a frickin' soccer team, dude. It's not a nation. Don't you have an education of some sort? You went to school, right? Those are national flags. That's the actual team's colors. But this idiot makes a video. Oh, they hate free speech at Major League Soccer. I'm like, no, you look at your ticket stub. Every ticket stub has this thing that says, "We reserve the right to throw your ass out." Every single ticket.
One.
It's in there. It's right there in the back. Reserved right.
That's why you.
And we don't have to give you a reason.
And this is why in the past, right? People were on their best behavior in public. Now we've just thrown that all out, right? God forbid you act like a normal human being in public. No, I can act however I want. If I want to punch my waitress in the face and then piss on the floor, I should be allowed to do that. No, you're not allowed to do that. You're in public.
Right, and again, it says right in the ticket, it'll say you can be charged with criminal trespass if the following conditions aren't met, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
if you don't leave, we can arrest you. 100%.
Yeah, they don't want political violence at their soccer games because soccer is, let's face it, is the most violent sport in the world because, nothing ever happens and the score ends 0-0 and everybody goes home and goes, "What the fuck?" Yeah, and then they start, start a riot at the train station, whatever. Yeah. Okay, let's do the this day in history.
Let's do this day in history. And our last
finish today's show before. Hang on, our last segue. This day in history. Try to get through.
Segue wheel. What is the wheel?
Before the calendar.
The wheel is rolling.
No longer morning.
A hypothetical.
We might get this show done by 1 o'clock. Hypothetical. The year 1093, which is a long damn time ago, Saint Anselm of Canterbury was consecrated as Archbishop. Hey, the Canterbury Tales maybe came from that guy, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Saint Anselm. He was a saint?
I guess so.
Well, shit, you better be an archbishop at least if you're a saint. You'll be in charge of something. 1154, Adrian the 9th. I'm sorry, the 4th. My Roman numeral knowledge is slipping. Adrian the 4th was elected pope, another pope thing, becoming the only Englishman to occupy the papal throne. Really? They still haven't had another one? We've already got an American in there. That's funny. had a guy from Argentina and two people from the New World have already been popes since the last English pope, almost 900 years ago. 1679, English philosopher and political theorist Thomas Hobbes, who was perhaps best known for his political philosophy, which is why he's known as a philosopher, died at the age of 90.
Sometimes just in the word there, isn't it, huh? Crazy how that works.
Yeah, looked up the word redundant in a dictionary and it said redundant. 1892, our favorite foil on our show. 1892, guess who was born? And guess who's still dead?
Franco Francisco.
Yeah, happy birthday to Generalissimo Francisco Franco, who led the nationalist forces that overthrew the democratic Second Republic of the Spanish Civil War. Mr. Fascism Jr. right after Mussolini and Hitler, hot on Hitler's heels, being Mr. Fascist Europe. Yeah, it was him. And subsequently was dictator of Spain until his death in 1975, and he remains dead. 1909, the Grey Cup was first awarded as the Toronto Varsity Blues defeated the Toronto Parkdale team at Canada's amateur gridiron football championship. Yes, the Grey Cup of Canada, the oldest American football trophy in the world. Not any trophy that the NFL gives out, because the NFL didn't even start till 1921.
Yeah, that's true.
So Canada's got an older football league than the NFL. The NFL is lying to you, right? I mean, they lie on a daily basis, but that's just what they do. 1918, the
sad thing about the United States is they think 300 is a long time, and then everyone else of the world is like, dude, we've been here for way longer than that. 300 is not a long time.
Canadian football season, I think, is already over because it gets really cold up there, and they don't have indoor stadiums. Mostly they don't. And they're places like, Calgary, Winnipeg, they're just cold as hell. So their season starts, I believe, in July, and is probably over already. I could look it up. But the Grey Cup was first played in 1909 in this state because, hey, it's getting too damn cold to play football. 1918, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson departed for France to attend the Paris Peace Conference, where following the cessation of hostilities in World War I, the League of Nations was established, and the Treaty of Versailles was drafted. Yeah, that's right. The Treaty of Versailles, the thing that settled everybody's land disputes for all of eternity.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
And then it totally didn't make the German people pay all the reparations for their government's decision, and then destroyed the mark. And then people couldn't even...
Yeah, destroy the German population.
Maybe we shouldn't destroy people's economy because of what their government does. Just an idea.
Right. Yeah, and of course, you're going to blame the Jews, and that's what they did. 1949, Jeff Bridges, an American actor known for his laid-back personality and his versatility, was born. Happy birthday to the dude. Happy birthday to Jeff Bridges. Turning 76, man. It's just unfair that the dude gets old. It's just unfair. 1969, American civil rights leader Fred Hampton, a charismatic member of Black Panther, was assassinated by the police. His death caused public outrage, and ensuing investigations brought greater scrutiny to the FBI's attempts to dismantle the Panthers and other black organizations. They basically just shot him. Didn't fucking care. Just shot him because, hey, we don't have to arrest him and try him now. We just make him a martyr for the Black Panthers, and he's been one ever since. So the FBI, that kind of backfired on him. Chicago police. The FBI's attempt to dismantle the Panthers, while they make no attempts to disassemble the KKK, right? 1970, American rapper and entrepreneur Jay-Z was born. He's multi-billionaire by now. One of the most influential figures in hip-hop in the 1990s and the 2000s. He's got 99 problems, though. 1980. Several months after his death of drummer John Bonham, the British rock band Led Zeppelin called it quits. The group later reformed for short one-off performances on several occasions. No, they didn't. The three remaining members reformed with a different drummer. That's not the same band.
Yeah,
even if it's
they
Jason
keep on saying
Bonham,
that, but it's not what happened.
The Led Zeppelin sound was John Bonham, right? How do you differentiate, say, Led Zeppelin from any other band in heavy metal. John Bonham. That's the end of the freaking story. That was the end of the band. They knew it. That's it. We can't duplicate that. And they rightly broke up, which is the right thing to do. Bands should do this, by the way. Just call yourself something else, right? Leonard Skinner probably just called themselves something else. They just got all new members now. 1996, the unmanned space vehicle Mars Pathfinder was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, in order to explore the surface of Mars. That's exciting news that happened almost 30 years ago. In 2000, in this day, 25 years ago, Suriname politician Hank Aron, not Hank Aaron, Hank Aron, who helped Suriname gain its independence from the Netherlands and served as its prime minister, was overthrown by the military, right, in 1980. So military anyway, he died on this day. Yeah, that was in 1980. There was served. So whenever Suriname got its independence, which was 1975. And anyway, he died on this day 25 years ago at the age of 64. And he also still dead. 1533, still dead. Ivan the Terrible, proclaimed Grand Prince of Moscow. Now, he wasn't born Ivan the Terrible. When he was born, he was merely Ivan the Ordinary, later to be Ivan the Really, Really Bad, and then Ivan the Shithead, and then eventually Ivan the Terrible. He was pronounced Grand Prince of Moscow on the death of his father, Grand Prince Vasily III, who had Vaseline named after him, I believe, with his mother ruling in Ivan's name until her death in 1538. Yeah, he was called Vasily the Slippery, he was called. And,
I'm sure he was.
He was the father of Ivan the Merely Ordinary until, he got really terrible. I wonder what Ivan the Terrible was like when he was 2 years old, because they call that the Terrible Twos. Ugh. It's got to be
why are you telling
exponentially
all these jokes, man?
I'm just saying, it's Ivan the Terrible. When do you get that nickname? Was it when he was still around? Who's going to say that out loud? Hey, Ivan the Terrible, get your ass over here. What? Who calls me that? Anyway, Wasily Kandinsky's birthday today, a Russian-born artist. December 16th of not birthday, not even their death day. Yeah, it's born December 16th, which isn't today. Died December 13th, which also isn't today, but here we are celebrating their life. Born in Moscow, died in France at the age of 77. So from 1866 to 1944, Russian-born artist, wasn't born on this day, did not die on this day. And I'm totally confused while that's on my thing. Just some random guy. Maybe December 13th was full. I had no idea. Other birthdays today, we discussed the Generalissimo. Albert Bandura, American psychologist, turns 100 today. We covered Jeff Bridges and Jay-Z. And it's Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks turning 52, American model and television personality. And hottie. Born in 1973. What is that? 52 years old. So happy birthday to Tyra Banks.
Woohoo!
I once had a subscription to Sports Illustrated, and they come out with their swimsuit edition, and Tyra Banks was on the cover. And in the middle had a big gigantic fold out. I was like, this is supposed to be a sports magazine. I was kind of embarrassed to have it. Because I had small daughters, right? I was like, why don't I do this big poster?
Like, this is a sexy lady. This is weird. Yeah.
I mentioned to a girl, I was going to El Paso Community College at the time, and I mentioned to a girl in my class, I said, I got this giant, she said, I love Tyra Banks. I said, really? I got a giant Tyra Banks poster. You want it? She goes, yeah! So next class, I bring it to her, and right in the middle of the class, professor's up there talking, she gets the poster, she opens it. It's a massive poster. She opens it in the class in front of everybody, and he stops everything, looks at her.
Roger!
I wasn't doing this. She was.
Yeah, no. But I'm just saying, they look at you because you gave it to her, right?
Look at me at all. I had nothing to do with it. I'm just sitting here going the same as everybody else. I'm like, why are you opening it now? And everybody stops and they're looking at her. Yeah, a little bit of an airhead. Yeah, class
it was
is
a
just
hot
a place
photo, I'm sure.
Tyra Banks, who was probably, what was this? 30, 20.
She's too skinny for me. I don't like the model body type myself.
She was never skinny. Well, you need to see some pictures of Tyra Banks. She was definitely not skinny. I don't know what you consider skinny, but she was not. She has some flanks. She had some flanks. She had some junk in the trunk. Santa's List Day is December 4. Cabernet Franc Day. That's your red wine for today. So
Cabernet.
Get out there and there's a fruity bouquet and a little bit bitter aftertaste, or whatever these wine connoisseurs say.
Whatever these sommeliers say. The sommeliers.
Yeah, name. Fancy
You
French
gotta say
name
it like
for
that
them.
every time. Sommeliers.
I was calling them vinters. And it's
No,
wildlife
vinter is a real
conservation.
thing. I got in an argument with somebody because I said the word vinter, and they
know
were
what
like,
the
"That's not a real word." I'm like, "It's a real word. Vinter is a
Person
real
who can
word."
tell you. A
Those
wine
are the people
expert.
who put it in the barrel or put it in the bottles. They're not the ones who
Well, they're
tell
definitely
you
experts
it's
because they know.
fruity bouquet and it tastes of beech wood or whatever. That's what sommeliers say.
It's National Wildlife Conservation Day, National Sock Day, and National Dice Day. So play craps or Parcheesi or what's another dice game? Yahtzee. Oh, I love me some Yahtzee.
Oh yeah, some Yahtzee. That's a good one. Or
Are you gonna just roll in
D&D.
dice and try to get yourself
right, dice
know.
game,
What's that?
D&D.
Oh yeah, lots
and
of dice games, but
Dragons
it's
or-
national dice. National
All,
Dice
all
Day.
the
It's
other
very
different
dicey.
tabletop ones where you have to do math.
And by golly, it's National Cookie Day. So Cookie Monster. It's his day. And December 4th. That's everything for today. December 4th. Our limericks, our jokes, our mispronunciations, our technical glitches, our awesome Christmas songs for today, December 4th, 2025 on Before Cookies. And not just kind on your computer
tasty.
either. All right, let's have the song.
All right, my
Are you there?
hypothetical for you is, what if you were to stop this show right now and go make some cookies? At what time do you think you would pass out from the sugar high?
What time is it now? Okay, baking cookies would take about an hour, mixing and
Okay,
baking, because they don't take long. It don't take long to bake cookies. They just got to flatten out and harden. So you let them harden for another 10.
Oh, you don't like the
you
soft
got
cookies.
about-
You like the hard, crunchy cookies.
I think an hour and a half, I'd eat the entire thing, and I'd be passed out by 2 hours. About 3:15, I think I'd be sleeping. With
that was a
drool
good
running out the side of
hypothetical.
my face.
That was a good hypothetical. Made you think. All right.
Yeah. Or was that a rhetorical question? Because I didn't have to
yeah.
answer it, right? Anyway, okay.
Anyways, let's go to our international days, which there is one today. I saw it. I swear I saw one. It's International Day of Banks. Yes, right. Let's celebrate and get angry at those people who've ruined the entire world, in my opinion.
Well, it could be about riverbanks. There's riverbanks,
fair.
right?
No, it's definitely about...
It's
It definitely
For God's
says here,
sake.
let's observe the power of domestic and international banking in helping us to create a livable planet. Yes, by hoarding all the wealth.
Tyra Banks, man, you missed it.
Yeah,
it's Tyra Banks.
It's for Tyra Banks, not... to be fair, you do need money, and you need money, making money, in order to invest it into things. So banks are all evil, but most of them are, unless you have like a credit union. Those aren't evil banks. And I'm sure the banks are all in it to help save the world and climate change, and they're totally not just trying to look for the next quick buck or next investment. For another day today is UN's observance of unilateral coercive measures and human rights. So this is when people decide, wait a minute, I think it's bad to commit a genocide. We should all work together to target that country who's doing a genocide with sanctions and freezing their assets and travel bans. So that's what this is. Unilateral coercive. Unilateral I can't say it after unilateral. Unilateral coercive measures for human rights. So put that national pressure on and stop people from committing human crimes. Human crimes, unlike alien crimes. This has been Allison here from the Netherlands, Roger from the East Coast of the US. As we finish our late before coffee. I hope you've gotten all your news you need to hear, and you have some great music to listen to this Christmas. And let us know if you had any songs that you love listening to every Christmas, because I'm sure there's 20 million of them. Don't forget,
this list is public.
Yeah.
If you have an Amazon Prime account, an Amazon Music account, the list is public. It's called, what's it called again? It's called.
I can actually share the list because I was able to find it. So
okay.
I can.
All right.
I can put the link. I'm putting the link in chat now for people who want to see the list. Which there's extra songs on there. There you go. I sent it in chat. And don't forget to follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and support us on Patreon if you can. Thank you for everyone for being here. And here is our mic drop moment.
Hopefully it loads. I'm always going to slow it go. The best part about this woman is her voice, man.
Yeah,
she really
I hope
can sing.
That
but
the best thing about you is your singing voice as a singer.
Merry fucking Christmas. Let your heart be loud.
I love her pink hair.
Some people can't sing.
Yeah, like me.
Our troubles will be out of sight.
No, I'm saying she does the Mariah Carey oversing every note thing, but she does have a really good voice.
Have yourself
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of belters myself. But that's probably because
I think she does it. Yeah, she only changes one word, by the way. That's it. There's identical songs. I'm just impressed by how good her voice is, right? See, right. That's intentionally satirical. All that over-singing.
Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more.
Oh, there she goes. She's starting with the belting now. The Christina Aguilera.
We all will be
But Mariah Carey came up with that first. I mean, I'm wrong.
if the fates
Somebody did it, and
I
somebody
feel like
copied
Christina
it and
Aguilera
took
does
it.
that a lot.
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, she can belt it, no doubt. That's it's almost
That one
yodeling.
might have been a little bit unnecessary there, that little trail at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
Still great though.
Hey,
Great
it's a
voice.
satirical song. Yeah. She's a serious singer too. It's not like she's some joke, right?
Of course, this is just a recording. Most people don't sing live on YouTube videos anymore. I don't know why, but it is a thing.
That might be a live recording. I'm not sure, but it doesn't match. It doesn't match the studio.
Merry fucking
right
Christmas.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.